begin tonight with efforts to avert another industrial action that may shut down tertiary institutions in Nigeria. After a 3-hour closed-door meeting with the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of the universities, the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, has reassured the federal government reassured ASUU that the federal government will meet the union's demand. Mamman said the Tinubu administration is leaving no stone unturned to improve the working conditions of university lecturers across the country. He disclosed that the federal government ASUU meeting will reconvene on September 6 for further deliberations.
We have worked out modalities on how to make progress on them. And hopefully, we see a very good window to the resolution of the issues. So the task before us now is to work on those modalities and processes and procedures we all agreed to solving the problems. And so we are coming back again, reconvening on 6th of September.
What they have done between the last time we met and today, and we have reviewed them, and there are still gaps, and we believe that let's also give the government between now and our next meeting to see what they would have done on those issues.
Well, joining us now is the president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke. You saw him moments ago in that report. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, we heard from the government side and we heard bits from you. It looks like there's progress after that 3-hour meeting between ASUU and the federal government. Let's hear from you the outcome, exactly what was put on the table that made it possible for all parties to walk away satisfied.
Well, nothing really had been resolved. What we had about 11 issues, and we looked at what they have done. And for each of them, government had set up some procedure to addressing them. That's why, and they have not been addressed, but they have set up some procedure to addressing them. And that's why we have agreed that we should meet on the 6th of September to see what they have, the concrete thing that we can take to our members at our next meeting. You know, we are going 21 days notice. And it is after that 6th of September meeting, and we see the concrete thing they have done that we will not take to our members. That is what we have done. On all the issues we discussed, and they are still a lot of things hanging, but they promise, and we also put a few committees together to look at those things that both sides can contribute, and that is where we are. The one that is very problematic about it is the issue of removing ASUU, or tertiary institution, from IPPIS. This decision was taken by Federal Executive Council in December 2023. By January 2024, we all met, the stakeholder met, convened by the Ministry of Education, and we came out with the guidelines, all of us, on how to exit. But surprisingly, we're in August. The Accountant General of the Federation is still paying ASUU and all of that institution with IPPIS, which is strange. And you remember in June, also early July, the government also gave a directive that the Secretary of the Government should take action immediately to remove tertiary education. But till today, we are still paid with the IPPIS, and they even know we didn't even have a clear guide on what they are going to do. So for us, it's surprising that Federal Executive, the President of a nation, will give a directive, and a Accountant General will refuse to implement. For me, and he's still sitting on that seat, I think something is wrong.
Well, while the president thinks of what the next step to do to his appointee, is there a particular government response or action that would satisfy ASUU at this moment to make you rescind on an impending strike action?
The way we run our union is that decisions are taken bottom up and not up down. Our member have issued a 21-day notice and gave what we expect government to do. And they have told us they're in the process of doing it, but that we should meet on the 6th to give us the decision we can take to our members. When we meet on the 6th, whatever decision they give to us, we take to our members. Our members will synthesize it and direct us further. That is where we are.
At the moment, it looks like these are old demands and they are not fresh. So why is it that you're waiting for another conversation on September 6th? Give us a sense of what transpired to have warranted coming together in about 2 weeks from now.
You see, and I will say it again, our decisions are taken bottom up, not up down. We gave the government what we wanted, 11 of them. And government we met today, after we are given the notice, they called us for a meeting. And we met, and they told us what they are doing and what they intend to do. And we have said, fine. When can we meet to have a concrete decision we can take to our members? They say, let us meet on the 6th. So when on the 6th, they will give us concrete thing they've done. And then that will take to our members, and they will synthesize and take decision. Like I said, the principal officer of ASUU don't take decision on behalf of the member. The member directs us what to do. So we will wait for them.
Because it looks like a case of buying time. I'm wondering how confident you are that government this time around will live up to its billing or its side of the deal. But let's even move away from there. The recent pronouncement from the Minister of Education that 18-year-olds or below 18-year-olds will not gain admission to tertiary institutions. ASUU is quoted as saying, yes, is the right way to go. I mean, it's interesting that ASUU would agree with government on anything. What is ASUU's, why is ASUU agreeing with this position?
If you have read my comment on that, is that ASUU as a union, have not taken a decision on that. But me as an individual believe that it is not a new development. It has been there since 60s, 70s, 80s, that you must be an adult before you enter university. And by our law, you become an adult when you are 18. Let me tell you the implication. In Nigeria today, less than 10% of Nigerian students stay in hostels. 90-something stay off campuses, rented house. Would you allow your child that is 15 years go to a place, rent a house to be a student? That is the question we should ask ourselves. Well, all this you are seeing is becoming popular because of where we have got ourselves into, where the public primary and secondary schools have been taken over by the private sector that are profit-driven. So for them, you can spend 3 years in primary school, you can spend 4 years in secondary school, and the parents who really don't really care for their children will allow their children to spend 3 years in secondary school because they want to save money from paying school fees for 6 years. They want to expect their children to spend 4 years in secondary school because they don't want to pay school for 6 years, and push the child forward that at 12 you want to enter university. Please, we should not subject our children to psychological problem by pushing them. That is what I am saying, that when I was growing up, and up till now, in many countries in the world where they value education, you cannot enter secondary university until you are 17, 18. But in Nigeria today, some people enter at 15, which is not correct. They have not passed through. Some people enter without having primary 6 certificate. So students now write primary 6 certificate in primary 4. Please, we should follow the rule. If government have a rule, we should follow the rule. We should not, because of profit. Some private schools want to make profit. You hurry the student school, and then parents run their children. The rule here, when I was growing up, is that you must be 6 years before you enter primary school. And I think that rule have not changed. So until the National Assembly, that rule is changed, that is still rule in existence.
I think it's a fine place for us to leave it. We would like to thank you for your time, Professor Osodeke, and we'll keep tabs on the coming meeting with the federal government on your